So, which brings us to our final thoughts on the weekend, starting with Connor.
Yeah, look, I think it's a solid performance. First versus second, you get to the end of the first half, and it looks like a first versus second kind of a scoreline. And then we outscored them 4 tries to no score in the second half. You've got young fellas stepping up, young fellas who want to say, we've got guys away, but I'm here and I'm staying and I'm going nowhere. And when those guys come back, I want to give some selection headaches. I think a few of the younger lads really did put their hand up for those, but particularly Osborne. And before he went off, I thought Tommy O'Brien was having a good game as well. And I really hope he's not got any serious injury. And then in the forwards, just massive, massive shift, but particularly from all aspects of the various versions of front five that they were. I think Boyle and Clarkson are really coming along nicely. We look forward to, when we look ahead and we know there are certain players who will retire before too long, it's nice to know there's some good backup coming through. And I think they did a really good game. And equally, I think Barron and McKee both had a really solid shift at hooker. I think between Maloney, I know we won't have Jenkins going forward, but Maloney and Deeney really shown their worth in these games as well. Just demonstrating, a real. It's hard work to do that many scrums. It's hard work, and yet it didn't stop. The fitness is there, the strength is there, and more importantly, the determination, the willingness, the desire is there to play the full 80. And I'm quite happy with that as a result. We scored 7 tries against the second team in the league. And there are other results you can compare that to from this weekend where, our team X versus team Y in whatever positions, but 1v2 and you score 7 tries and keep them scoreless for a half, I'm happy.
Absolutely. Rich?
Yeah, totally agree with that. It was always going to be a rusty outing for the boys. There's loads of people been out with injury. There hasn't been any top-end rugby for a while because of the Six Nations. So all of that was going to impact in this particular match. And were we well worth that bonus point win in the end? Absolutely. Connor's just hit the nail on the head. We scored 4 tries to 0 in the second half, and nilled them in a half. Benetton haven't got the depth that we have, but they are very good value for their second position. I know they're 4th now, but they'll certainly be up there competing in those top 4. I can more or less guarantee that, and it's good to see. They had a great start. They ran out of gas and class pretty much after that first half performance, and they didn't really turn up in the second half, to be honest, at all. From our perspective, we had a number of standouts. Jamie Osborne speaks for himself. Will Connors, I love this contribution. He is. There is nothing creative about him. He's destructive. That's his role, and he does it to a T. Sam Prendergast, we've already spoken about at length. Ross Byrne coming back. He must be pleased with getting 70 minutes under the belt. Yes, he wasn't brilliant, but he was tidy enough, to be honest. And it was good to see Harry Byrne there cheering his brother on. And the final thing I'd like to say is that Jimmy O'Brien really, really, really needs to lose that moustache. He really needs to lose that moustache. He just looks like a villain in a 1930s B movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, all things considered, 47-18, does it flatter us? Yes, it does. However, you have to score those points, and we scored the points. So, okay, fine. It may flatter us, but I don't think it does. I don't think it does. You still have to score those points.
Well, that's brilliant, lads. We're going to leave it there. Many thanks again to Conor and Rich for joining me. Hope we'll see you both on the pod again soon. Thanks, lads.
Cheers, guys.
Guys.